Hello, divine beings. Today's Q&A question is, what is a kundalini awakening and what does it feel like? I can give you my personal experience because I had another one yesterday. But my first one occurred back in 2022. I had hit rock bottom. There was a situation where I did something against my free will, and I remember just laying in bed asking God and my guides to help me. And then suddenly my body started to move like an involuntary, sort of like a shaking, and it started from my legs and the base chakra, and it started to move up, and it felt like this swirl from within. And then I just felt like this crackling, and then the crown chakra just opened up. And I remember feeling very euphoric, total one and bliss with all that is, and just like succumbed with this feeling of love, overflowing love. And so ever since that's happened, my kundalini opens quite easily. And studies have shown that it feels like a serpent, like it's a coil that goes around the kundalini, and goes around your chakra systems, and it spirals up and then it cracks open. And it usually happens at that kind of a situation, or some people do certain type of yoga to activate it. But for me, that's how it occurred. I wasn't scared of it. I started to read up about it and realized, oh, that's a kundalini awakening. And usually it's your soul that says you're ready. You know, some people do courses and they're like, why is it not happening? But it's a soul agreement, like you're ready, you're activated, you're upgrading to go to the next level. Now, I just fast forwarded and I just had another one yesterday. But this one was next level. So earlier in the day, I had a catch up with one of my soul sisters, and she has the ability to channel in other people's guides. And we did a FaceTime with each other, and it was revealed that Kuan Yin is one of my spirit guides, which I already knew. So anyway, part of the channeling transcript was that Kuan Yin needs me to sit in front of her, and I have an altar and her statue, and just sit in silence and contemplation and try and connect with her. So I did that last night. I sat in my room, which is like a meditation room, and I had a candle and the Himalayan salt lamp on. I read the great compassion mantra, which was also asked of me. And then I just sat there, and I'd say within 5 minutes, I started to feel my leg was starting to shake, and my body starts to swirl like a vortex. And I'm sitting on a chair, mind you. And then all of a sudden I could hear this crackling. It's like a static. It's almost like you're breaking through another dimension. That's the best way to describe it. And then all of a sudden my body just went into an involuntary, like arms were moving, my hands was doing, and I started to do my light language. But the light language that was coming through was very Asian, and I knew it was her because she gets very like giddy and excited, and she's very jovial sometimes. Like she also she lectures and she mentors, but then she's like a little girl, and my head was shaking from side to side, like fast, like crazy fast. And I could just feel that coil was coming up, and then poof, and then it just like cracked open. I think this went for like 5 minutes, and I had eaten before, like I'd had milk and I'd had some omelette on toast. So my stomach afterwards, I felt ill. I felt seasick. It was so weird. Even though it was an amazing experience, it was just like, oh, I feel so exhausted, like hungover, or like, you know, when you eat something that doesn't agree with you, but it was because of the energy that had just pulsated through me. It made me feel so like, ugh, like I just had no energy, and I couldn't look at bright light. And I'm walking around the house, and my kid's like, what happened to you? And I'm like, I didn't want to tell them because I don't want to freak them out. So I was just like, oh, I don't know, I just don't feel well. So I had to get a hot water bottle, press it on my belly. It took me a good hour. Seriously, it took me a good hour to come back. And I ended up going to my daughter's room. She has a rabbit in her room, and so she kind of just brought her bunny up onto the bed, and we were just laying there. And then I just had this internal urge to just go and I started doing that. She started doing with me. I tell you, it felt so good. I mean, is a universal 432 hertz. It's a healing energy. I think I did about 3-4 times, and I felt so much better. And then I said to her, go and get my tuning forks. I need my tuning forks. And you just put the tuning forks in my ear. So she did that. And then I have another healing tuning fork that I can put on my belly, and it vibrates. So I did that to myself as well. Oh, but it was an exhausting night, honestly. And then it was funny because I went to sleep, and then guess who I dream of? Kuan Yin. I finally got to meet her, which is about time because I always don't know what she looks like. But she presented herself in a very human form. I thought she'd be like this beautiful ethereal deity with a big crown on her head like she is in my statue. But she was just like a normal woman, an Asian lady with black hair. She had a fringe. She wouldn't look at me. She was always like writing. It was almost like I was there for a job interview. Like I was like sitting up straight and intentively like nodding. I didn't answer back. And she was like telling me this, and she was like, when I was in the dream, I knew what it was about. Now I have no recollection, but all I know is that I saw her, and it was just like, oh, finally, you know. But it just felt like last night was initiation. It was like, you know what, if you need to meet me, you need to allow me to come through you. And that's what happened. Like literally, she was just enjoying. That sounds creepy, I know. She was enjoying the experience of being in my body for 5 minutes because my shoulders were like rolling back, and I was just like jiggling all around because it was like something was in me for a second, but I wasn't scared because I've experienced this before. And then it just sort of just dissolved, and there was nothing else to say, and I just closed the ceremony, and I said, okay, thanks for that. But now I feel ill, thanks. But I've realized it was an upgrade, and that's what it is. So today I haven't eaten. I'm still fasting. My body's not really wanting to eat just yet. I feel very like glowing and refreshed. So that's my experience. Don't be afraid of it. I think there's going to be more people that are going to have kundalini awakening. And what it will feel like, it's like a cosmic orgasm, if that's the best way I could put into words. Yeah. So that's my experience. And yeah, if it happens again, I'll let you know. But I am a bit weary about sitting in silence in front of that statue, but I might try in another few days when I don't have anything big on, because I'm not sure what's going to happen. And I think it's now that I've received it and connected in 5 minutes, I think it's going to take less and less time for me to get through this activation and initiation and upgrades. So that's the Kundalini awakening. You'll know, it feels like a coil and your body will just shake involuntary, but it's like pleasurable. And then you'll just feel this like an explosion inside your brain, inside your head, because it's your crown chakra. And you might see white light. I saw a flash of light. It's crazy. Bye.